Gotcha! Ha! Oh yeah! Yeah! Ha! Got it! Ho ho! Gotcha!
すくすくウィンソースさんルイージおやまウィンルイージおやまウィン
Oh yeah! Ho ho! Gotcha! Yeah!
おやまあいただき
Oh yeah! I did it!
おむが
Ho ho! Oh yeah! Gotcha! Good job!
おやおやまウィン
Yeah! Waha! Oh! Got it! Ho ho! Oh! Ho ho! Yeah! Oh! Gotcha! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Oh yeah!
すくすくウィンソースハムのかす
Oh! Yeah! Oh! Gotcha! Yeah!
源流声アップ
Phew!
ルイージおやおやまウィン すくすく
Gotcha! Got it! Ho ho! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Got it! Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Ho ho! Yeah! Oh! Oh yeah! Oh yeah. Gotcha.
おやおやまえウィン
I did it!
ソースウィン
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Got it. Gotcha. Got it. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Ha. Oh. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh yeah. Oh. Got it. I did it.
ねじりがウィンウィンが すくすく
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotcha. Oh yeah.
뽀로로 모두 빵빵.
Oh yes. I did it. Hey, hey.